Hi, hello dear students. Welcome to our channel Maths with Panindra. In this video, we are going to discuss about permutations and combinations. This is very important topic in Mathematics 2A in second year intermediate. It will play very important role in binomial theorem as well as probability and probability distributions. So it will help in that coming topics. So listen here, what is the meaning of permutations? So here permutation, the definition of permutation, where we will use, how we are going to apply the permutation in the daily use. An arrangement that can be formed by taking some or all of finite set of things is called a permutation. So here some objects are there, some things are there. Out of some things, you have to arrange an arrangement that can be formed by taking some or all of finite set of things. Suppose if I have 5 chalk pieces. Out of 5 chalk pieces, I have to arrange here 2 chalk pieces. In that case, we will use that. This arrangement is called a permutation. And suppose here some letters are there, some word is there. In that word, letters will be there. Out of 5 letters, you have to arrange 2 letters in that. So in these cases, we will use this permutation. So definition of permutation means an arrangement that can be formed by taking some or all from finite set of things, finite set or objects is called a permutation. So what is the another definition? How we will define? The process of arranging the things, simple definition is, the process of arranging the things is called the permutation. A few problems relating to the permutations are, how we are going to apply, what are the examples regarding permutation, that I am going to here explain. A few problems related to the permutations are, the first one, arrangements of books on a shelf. A bookshelf is there, so all the mathematics books arranged at one place, all physics books arranged at another shelf, and all chemistry books arranging in the another shelf, in another row. This is the way we can use these permutations. And come to the second one, formation of numbers with the given digits. They will give some numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. Among the numbers, you can form the numbers, different numbers. That means 3-digit number, 4-digit number, 5-digit number. Like this way, you can formation of numbers with the given digits. And third one, formation of words with the given letters. They will give some letters. From the letters, we can arrange the words. We can get that number of words by using the given letters. So this is the information about the permutation. The permutations can be divided. The permutations can be divided into 2 types. One is linear permutation. Linear. Second one is circular permutation. First, we are going to discuss about the linear definition, linear permutation. In the next classes, we will discuss about the circular permutation. What is linear permutation? That I will explain, and I will give the examples also in the linear permutations. Here, linear permutation and circular permutation. What is the definition of linear permutation? It's the definition of linear permutation. If the arrangements of the things in a straight line, if the arrangements or in a straight line or in the form of a straight line is called linear permutation. If the arrangements in the form of a line called linear permutations. So how to find out the linear permutations? One example I will give that. Here I am considering a set A, B, C. This is the finite set now. It contains 3 elements. The set capital A contains 3 elements. Out of 3 elements, you have to arrange, taken 2 at a time, the permutations. If the arrangements in the form of a line called linear permutations. Out of these 3 elements, taken 2 at a time, how many permutations are going to form here? See here, taken 2 at a time. Taken 2 at a time. 2 means here 2 elements. 2 at a time. So for example, AB at a time I am taking. This is one permutation. BC, this is another permutation. CA is also another permutation. We are arranging in the row, in the line. Not only this one, but also AB, BC also we can arrange now. So BA, reverse. This is also another permutation. So BC, CB also we can write it. This is also another permutation. CA, that also we can write it as AC, another permutation. These arrangements is called linear permutation. Each arrangement is called a permutation. Each arrangement is called a permutation. So out of 3 elements, 2 elements taken at a time, how many permutations we are getting? 6. So this is called now linear permutations. If the arrangement in the form of a line, straight line form, we are arranging in that way, is called linear permutation. Arrangements which are in the form of a straight line. So each is called a permutation. Each is called a permutation. That is linear permutation. When come to the circular permutation, if the arrangements in the form of a circle is called circular permutation. Definition of circular permutation. If the arrangements in the form of a circle called circular permutations. So how we will permutate these type of circular? We will take one example. Like another example, consider a set. It contains 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of taking alphabets, I am taking here numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here, observe, this is the circle. I am taking 3 at a time from these elements. Taken 3 at a time. Taken 3 at a time. So what are the possibilities? Just roughly I am saying. Here I am taking 1. Here I am taking 2. Here I am taking 3. This is one permutation, circular permutation. Not only this one, but also 1, 3, 4. Like this also we are arranging in the circular manner. The permutations which are arranging in the circular manner. is called circular permutation. Not only this one. Here 2, here 3, here 4. This is also one permutation, circular permutation. This is the way the permutations can be divided into two types. One is linear, another one is circular. Linear permutation means if the arrangements in the form of a straight line is called linear permutation. If the arrangements in the form of circle is called circular permutation. We will discuss after circular permutation and linear permutation. We need to discuss about the counting principle. It's a fundamental principle or counting principle. Based on this number of problems we have, it is very basic theorem regarding permutations and combinations that we will discuss now. Yeah, the next concept, very important one. Fundamental principle or counting principle. Even this principle also, it will play a very important role in the permutations and combinations. Especially in permutations, first we have to understand what is meant by fundamental principle or counting principle. We need to discuss about the principle. If an operation can be performed in m ways, any one of the operations you can take, it will be done in m ways. And the second operation can be performed in n ways. So first operation can be done in m ways, second operation can be done in n ways. Corresponding to each performance in the first operation and second operation performance, of first operation, then two operations in succession, one after another operation in succession can be performed in m into n ways, mn ways or mn ways. So if an operation can be performed in m ways and the second operation can be done in n ways, so corresponding to each and every performance, two performances come here, first operation and second operation, corresponding to each and every operation of first operation, then two operations in succession, one after another, can be performed in m into n ways or mn ways. So how to apply this counting principle for this example? There are 4 doors to a classroom. Find the number of ways in which a student can enter the room and leave it by a different door. So this is the classroom. This is the classroom. Observe carefully, dear students. This is the classroom. There are 4 doors to the classroom. Here, this is the main door. 4 doors. Door 1. Second door I am considering here. Door 2. Here, door 3. Here, door 4. Door 4. There are 4 doors in a classroom. To a classroom, find the number of ways in which a student can enter the room and leave it by a different door. So what are the possibilities to enter the student into the classroom? How many possibilities are there? Suppose one student enter into the first door. He will leave by second door and third door and fourth door. So enter into the first door, leaving with the 3 doors. Suppose if the student enter with the second door, here arrow mark, observe carefully. If the student enter into the second door, he will leave by door 3, door 4, door 1. Suppose the student enter into the door 3. The remaining 3 possibilities are to leave the class. So either from D2 either from D1, either from D4. If the student enter into the D4, door 4, the remaining three possibilities to leave from the classroom. So here, door 3, door 2 and door 1. Observe here, how many entrances are there, how many possibilities to enter into the classroom. To enter into the classroom, to enter into a class, what are the possibilities? 4 possibilities are there. This is the first operation can be done. There are 4 doors in a classroom. Find the number of ways in which the student can enter into the room. So what are the possibilities here? This is the first door, second door, third door, fourth door. These are the 4 possibilities to enter into the classroom. So 4 possibilities to enter into a classroom. The student enter into the student enter into the classroom. To enter into the classroom, 4 possibilities are there. To leave the student from other 3 ways. Suppose the student is entering into the first door, the remaining 3 doors will be leaving the places. So the student leave a classroom. How many ways are there? 3 ways are there. By counting principle, one after another it will be successive. After entering into the first door, the 3 operations will be there. So simultaneously, by counting principle or by fundamental principle, counting principle, the total number of ways are 4 into 3. So m into n ways, m into n. So 12 ways. These are the total possibilities. n ways, 12 ways. This is the way. One more example I will give to your students. The second example regarding fundamental principle or counting principle. See how we are going to apply the fundamental principle or counting principle according to this question. There are 4 different routes between the cities A and B. So A is the first city and B is another city. In between A city and B city, there are 4 different routes. Here I am representing capital R1 is the first route between A and B, and capital R2 is the second route in between A and B, and third route capital R3, and fourth route capital R4. There are 4 different routes in between the 2 cities A and B. Observe carefully, dear students. Here A city and B city. And one more information is given, and 3 different routes between B and C cities. So here another city will be there, C city. In between B and C, how many routes are given? 3 routes are 3 different routes. These routes I am considering with small r1, and second route small r2, and third route small r3. So here small r1, small r2, small r3 represents the routes in between the cities B and C. After that, what they are asking is how many different routes are there from city A to C by way of city B. So from A city to C city by B city, by the way, how many routes are available? So here that means from A to C we required. From A to C we need to calculate. Suppose a person starts from A city. From A to B, how many different routes are there? 4 possibilities are there. Different routes R1, R2, R3, R4. So the first operation can be done in how many ways? 4 ways. The first operation can be done in 4 ways. That is M we are assuming. After that, after reaching B city, again from B city to C city, how many possibilities are there? 3 ways are there. 3 routes are there. Small r1, small r2, small r3. So the person after reaching B city, he wants to reach C city. How many possibilities we have? This is the second operation is going to be done. That is R1, R2, R3. See, from B city to C city, n is equal to, it will be done in 3 ways. The total number of ways the person from A city to C city, we are having the chances by using counting principle or fundamental principle, m into n ways. Therefore, the total number, total means here it is not plus, it is not addition. The multiplication, the product of these two operations, the total number of ways from A to C city are m into n ways. So m is equal to 4 and n is equal to 3. Therefore, total the 12 routes are available. The person want to travel from A city to C city via B city. So these are the way we will apply the fundamental principle. After that, we are going to learn important concept about NPR. The number of arrangements from n dissimilar things to or dissimilar things in the way NPR. So what is representing of NPR means out of n things, or things can be arranged in the way NPR. Here P represents permutations. Out of n things we are calculating all things in NPR ways. That I am going to explain how it will be NPR ways. The next point, next important result. The number of arrangements by taking or elements at a time from n dissimilar elements is same as the number of ways of filling or blanks by using n dissimilar elements. Out of n things, we have to arrange all elements at a time from n dissimilar elements or n dissimilar things is NPR. It is denoted by NPR. That means from n things we are permutating all things at a time. This is the meaning of NPR. Out of n things, all things we are permutating at a time. So it is denoted by NPR, where n is positive integer and r value is non-negative. That is also positive integer, and n should be greater than or equal to 1. To define this one, we need to get the values of n is always greater than or equal to 1, and r value is also greater than or equal to 0. And one more condition from NPR, it is read as NPR. All things, out of n things we are permutating at a time all things in NPR ways. The arrangement of all things at a time from n things is NPR ways. NPR ways. So on one more important thing, r value should be always less than or equal to n. Then only the condition will be applicable. Otherwise, NPR cannot be defined. R should be less than or equal to n. Then only it will be. See, what is the NPR expansion? Here it is in the theorem. I am going to explain. It's very easy one. If n is a positive integer and r is a non-negative integer and n should be greater than or equal to r, then prove that NPR. What it stands for NPR means out of n dissimilar things or things at a time we are arranging from n dissimilar things is denoted by NPR, which is equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into and so on n minus r plus 1. That means n minus of r minus 1. That means, so this how it will come in the proof. So very simple proof I am going to explain for you for understanding of NPR. So out of n things, so n number you can write 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. N will be there here. Before n minus 1 is there. In between n, r things we have to arrange. So r should be also in between them. Here it is r, here it is r minus 1. So from 1, 2, 3 and so on r and so on n. Out of n things, here n things are there means n blanks are there. Here I mentioned that filling the r blanks, like n blanks are there. So I am putting here first blank, second one, third one, fourth one and so on like this. Boxes I am drawing. The first box or first blank filled, for this what are the possibilities? Total n elements are there, n things are there. Out of n things they are asking to arrange or at a time. So first one at a time I am taking. For this blank how many possibilities are there? From 1 to n possibilities are there. So this blank can be filled in n ways. So out of from 1 to n, among these values we can fill here n ways. Either 1 you can put here, or 2 you can put here, or 3 you can put here and so on. Either r you can put here. The first blank can be done in n ways. Out of n numbers, n number elements, one blank was filled. So what are the left? N minus 1 things will be available. So for the second blank, out of n minus 1 you have to arrange here. So the second box or blank can be filled in n minus 1 number of ways. N minus 1. I hope you understand that. Now we left only n minus 2 things are there out of n. N minus 2 things we left n minus 2 things. Out of n minus 2 things, the third blank we are going to fill in how many ways? N minus 3 ways. Out of n minus 3 things, we are going to n minus 2 things we are going to fill in this blank. After that, after n minus 2 we have taken, what are the left things? N minus 3 things will be there available in this. N minus 3 things. So here, this fourth blank can be filled in n minus 3. And so on. To fill orth blank, we need to, all elements we are going to fill, no? So like this way if you go, if you want to fill fourth blank, here how many elements are left? N minus 3. So that means here 3 indicates 4 minus 1. Can I write like this? N minus 1 means n minus of 2 minus 1. Can I write like this? N minus 2 means n minus of 3 minus 1. N minus 3 indicates n minus of 4 minus 1. This is the way. Like this, all terms I am going to, orth place, orth blank, we are going to fill in n minus, here fourth blank is means 4 minus 1, n minus 4 minus 1. Similarly, orth blank I am going to fill with n minus r minus 1. They are asking to calculate all elements filled at a time from the n dissimilar things. So these are the operations are done while arranging all elements from n dissimilar things. These are the all operations. The first blank filled with n, second blank filled with n minus 1, that is n minus of 2 minus 1, third blank filled with n minus 2, that is n minus 3 minus 1, and so on. Rth blank can be filled with n minus of r minus 1. So by using counting principle or fundamental principle, by fundamental principle, or counting principle, the number of arrangements, the number of elements, number of arrangements from arrangements by taking or at a time or elements we are taking from n dissimilar things, dissimilar things can be done in the product of these ways. So only two operations are there, means m into n we operated. So here how many operations we done? 1, 2, 3 like this and so on, n minus of r minus 1. So n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into and so on, n minus of r minus 1. So this value is equal to NPR, the arrangements of or by taking or elements from n dissimilar things is NPR. So NPR now onwards it stands for NPR means or things, the arrangement of or taken at a time from n dissimilar things. So n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into and so on, n minus of r minus 1. So for example, out of n things, 2 things we have to arrange. For example, 2 things, only 2 things. That means NPR only, out of n things, we have to arrange 2 at a time. NPR, wherever r is there, you have to replace with 2. So in this formula, you can substitute n into n minus 2 is there, means you remember here these 2 terms only will come. Suppose here 3 is there, the product of first 3 only will come. Suppose r is there, the product of first r terms, this means this is the first r terms. So n into n minus 2 minus 1. I already said that r things we are arranging means n minus of r minus 1. So here 2 things are there, n into n minus of 2 minus 1. So it will becomes n into n minus 1. Suppose if you want to calculate NP3, n into n minus 2 minus 1, n minus 3 minus 1 will come. So n into n minus 1 into n minus 2. Suppose here 2 is there, the product of 2 terms, n into n minus 1 will come. If it is NP3, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 will come. If it is NP4, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3. In the coming days, in the coming class, I will tell that all the values and NPR expansion and factorial definition also. The next important concept, factorial of n. Factorial of n. Let n be a non-zero positive integer, then factorial of n is defined as the product of all positive integers which are less than and equal to n. The product of all positive integers which are less than and equal to n. So that is called the factorial of n. It is denoted by factorial n like this. This is one symbol or another symbol, this one. N factorial or n factorial. This is the way you can denote the product of all positive integers which are less than and equal to n. They are saying, suppose n factorial, the product of n things. So 1 into 2 into 3 into and so on. Before r things are there, before r minus 1 things are there, and so on. N minus 1 things are there, and so on, last n. So n factorial means the product of first n terms, 1 into 2 into 3 into and so on n. So n factorial is equal to 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into and so on, and minus 1 into n. The product of first n terms. This is n factorial. Suppose if you want to calculate 1 factorial, 1 factorial is the product of first one term. So 1. If you want to calculate 2 factorial, so the product of first two terms, 1 into 2, that is equal to 2. If you want to calculate 3 factorial, first 3, 1 into 2 into 3, that is equal to 6. If you want to calculate 4 factorial, the product of 4 terms, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, that is equal to 24. If we want to calculate 5 factorial, the product of first 5 terms, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, 120. So 6 into 20, 120. If you want to calculate 6 factorial, product of first 6 terms, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6. So till here 120, 120 into 6, 720. This is the way you can calculate it. From this, one logic we can find. Observe carefully, dear students. Suppose here 2 factorial I am taking. For example, 2 factorial, 2 into 1, 1 into 2, or we can write a 1 into 2, 2 into 1 also. This can be written as 2 into 1 can be written as, can I write like 2 minus 1? So 2 minus 1 means 1. 1 into 2 anyway the value is 2. Suppose 3 factorial, 3 into 2 into 1. Can I write like this? But these terms I am going to write in terms of 3. See here, 3 into 2 can be written as 3 minus 1. Can I write like this? 1 can be written as 3 minus 2. So 3 factorial. So 3 factorial means 3 into 2 into 1 only meaning. But how I am writing is, here 2 factorial, here 3 factorial. Previously we got NPR. I did not tell that expansion of NPR. Now I am explaining. So here NPR means, after explaining of NPR, I will come to here again. NPR. So the definition of NPR is n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into and so on, n minus r plus 1, n minus of r minus 1, that is n minus r plus 1. But I am going to write this information in terms of factorial. I want factorial. So n minus 1, n minus 2 and so on, these terms are there. But here NPR, observe carefully, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 and so on, n minus of r minus 1, minus of r plus 1 can be n minus r minus 1. After r minus 1, r term will be there now. After that, r plus 1th term will be there and so on. So here, how much we are going to multiply here, even dividing by the same value, which is equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into and so on, n minus r minus 1, so n minus r n minus r plus 1 and so on. Here, from here we are writing extra and so on 3, 2, 1. N minus r, n minus r plus 1 like this it will come. That means n minus r plus 1 means n minus r, n minus 1. N minus r, n minus 2. N minus r, n minus 3. And so on 3, 2, 1 will come. So we are here extra multiplying with this value. No? So same thing you should multiply. N minus r into 3 into 2 into 1. The product of n things we are writing as n factorial. The product of n minus r things means n minus r factorial only. No? So n 1, 2, 3 and so on n is there means n factorial we are writing. In the same way 1, 2, 3 and so on n minus r thing is there. That means the product of n minus r things. So denominator we can write it as and after the numerator also. N minus 1, n minus 2 and so on was 3, 2, 1. So that means the product of n terms only, no? 1, 2, 3 and so on n. So the product of n terms will become n factorial divided by 1, 2, 3 and so on n minus r terms. The product of first n minus r terms means n minus r factorial. So now onwards the result NPR stands for NPR is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial. Now onwards, remember it is very important result. NPR equal to first n factorial. Here numerator n is there, no? N factorial will come. NPR here n factorial divided by the subtracting of these values n minus r factorial in the denominator. NPR equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial. Now come to one by one. We will verify. We will verify this. R value I am taking as 0 first. R is equal to 0 if we take. Then it will becomes NP0. R is equal to 0 means n factorial by n factorial. That is equal to 1. Both will be cancelled. So NP0 is equal to 1. NP0. So in place of n, whatever the positive value you can keep, the value is also 1. So either 5p01, 6p01, 2p01, 1p0 also 1. In place of n, you can put number of values, positive integers. That value is equal to 1. Similarly, r is equal to 1 if we replace, then it will becomes np1, n factorial by n minus 1 factorial. That's what I am coming here. That is the reason I am explaining this. Here n factorial by n minus 1 factorial is there. 2 factorial can be written as 2 into 2 minus 1. 3 factorial means 3 into 3 minus 1 into 3 minus 2 factorial. You can write it. In place of 3, wherever 3 is there, you can put n. N factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. Can I write like this or not? Even here also you can write 2 factorial means 2 into 2 minus 1 factorial. Not only this one, we can write and so on. N factorial n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3. According to the convenience, according to the steps, you can write it. N factorial can be written as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 factorial. This is the way you can write it. See here according to this one, to calculate NP and NP1 value, the denominator n minus 1 factorial is there, no? So now n factorial in terms of n minus 1 I am writing. So here only 1 factorial can be written as, here 2 factorial can be written as 2 into 1, 2 into 2 minus 1. In place of 2, substitute n factorial can be written as n into n minus 1 factorial. So if you want to write n factorial in terms of n minus 1, n into n minus 1 factorial. If you want to write n factorial in terms of n minus 2 factorial, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. If you want to write n factorial in terms of n minus 3 factorial, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 factorial. Here n factorial can be written as n into n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus 1 factorial. Both n minus 1 factorial will be cancelled, which is equal to n. So now onwards, you remember as a result, np1 is equal to n. So in place of n, substitute 3, 3p1, that value is 3. In place of n, substitute 6, 6p1, that value is 6. In place of n, substitute 5, 5p1, that is equal to 5. So np1 is equal to n, np0 is equal to 1. For any value of n, suppose in place of n, 1000 will be there. So the answer is 1. 1000 p0, that value is 1. np1 is equal to n. In place of n, 1000 if we substitute, 1000 p1 is equal to 1000. Whatever n is there here provided, that value will come here. Similarly, if you want to put r is equal to 2, r is equal to 2, substitute in this formula np2. So n factorial by n minus 2 factorial. So numerator n factorial, I want to write in terms of denominator n minus 2 factorial, n factorial by n factorial into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. Here it will be there, divided by n minus 2 factorial. So np2 can be written as n into n minus 1. So here 2 is there, means the product of two terms, n and n minus 1. Suppose 3 is there, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2. Suppose 4 is there, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3. These are the logics behind that. Suppose np3 if you want to write np3. Here 3 is there, no? Here 2 is there, means n into n minus 1. Similarly, np3 is there, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2. How it will come? By using this procedure. Again by using this procedure. np4 you want. Here 4 is there, no? The product of 4 terms it will come. N into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3. This is the way you have to write the value of NPR. Here NPR proof also we have given. Here the turning step is multiplying and dividing by this value, n minus r and so on, 3 to 1. The same thing we are writing here. From here to here it is the definition of n factorial. From the product of first n minus r terms is n minus r factorial. This is the definition of NPR. NPR equal to n factorial by r factorial. After that I am going to discuss about 0 factorial. It's a very important one. Yeah, the next term. Just now we once again I recall the values. N factorial means 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into and so on. Yeah, the product of n terms. After that, n factorial in terms of n minus 1. N into n minus 1 we can write it, n minus 1 factorial. N factorial in terms of n minus 2. N into n minus 2 into n minus 3 factorial. Sorry, n minus 2 factorial. N minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. Similarly, n factorial in terms of n minus 3. Like this way we can, till 5 I will write, after that similarly. N factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 into n minus 4 factorial. N factorial equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 into n minus 4 n minus 5 factorial here, terms of n minus 5 factorial. This is the way we can write it, n factorial in according to our convenience. Suppose in the terms n minus 1 factorial is there, so n factorial can be expressed as in this form. N minus 2 factorials are there, in this form we can express. N minus 3 factorial are there, in this we can express. This is the way we can express. After that, we have NPR definition. So n factorial by n minus r factorial. And from here we got the results. NP0 is equal to 1. R is equal to 0. If you substitute n factorial by n factorial, that value is 1. np1 n factorial by n minus 1 factorial. So n factorial can be written as n minus 1 factorial. It will become 1 n. Suppose for example here 3p0 that is equal to 1. 5p0 that is equal to 1. Here for example 3p1 3, 5p1 5, np1 is equal to n. Similarly np2, I already said the logic, once again I am saying. Here 2 is there means the product of two terms, n into n minus 1, that's all. Suppose if you want to write the value of 3p2, 3 into 3 minus 1, that's all. 3 into 2, 6. If you want to write 5p2, 5 into 5 minus 1, so that is equal to 5 into 4, that is equal to 20. This is the way you can write it. See how it will come n into n minus 1, n minus 1. I already said that n factorial by np2, this time explaining once again, n factorial by n minus 2 factorial, n factorial in terms of n minus 2 factorial, this only. So n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial by n minus 2 factorial. N minus 2 factorial cancel, n into n minus 1. So np2 means n into n minus 1. Be careful, my dear students. Listen carefully and thoroughly. These are the fundamental steps. Without these fundamentals, the subject is not easy. Surely I am saying, if you are perfect in these concepts, the subject is very easy to understand also. np3. So here 2 is there, n into n minus 1. 3 is there, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2. That is the way you can write it. np4, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3. Like this way. So why sir you are saying all things? Just tell that. I am going to find the 0 factorial. 0 factorial, how? 0 factorial means the product of 0 terms. Product of 0 terms means meaningless. But we have the value of 0 factorial. See how? From this result, n factorial can be written as n into n minus 1 factorial. Am I right? From this I am making as a subject n minus 1 factorial is equal to n factorial by n. Can I write like this? Put n is equal to 1 in this, in the above. So 1 minus 1 factorial is equal to 1 factorial by 1. 1 factorial means 1 by 1 is equal to 1. What is 1 minus 1 factorial? 0 factorial. So 0 factorial is equal to 1. This is the way the 0 factorial value is equal to 1. 0 factorial equal to 1. This is the way you remember, dear students. We'll move to the next concepts. Yeah, here I told all the things. I want to define R is equal to n like this. I did not discuss. So and so on, if you keep like this, npn, what is that value? R is equal to n if you substitute. R is equal to n. Substitute in this formula. You will get npn n factorial by n minus n factorial. R is equal to n. N minus 1 what? 0. 0 factorial, we got it not here? 1. So now n factorial by 0 factorial, which is equal to n factorial by 1. That is equal to n factorial. So now onwards, npn meaning is n factorial. So npn means n factorial. For example, 3p3. 3p3 that is equal to 3 factorial. 3 factorial means we got it. 1 into 2 into 3, 6. So remaining 5p5. So 5 factorial. 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So 120. This is the way you can. 0 factorial here we applied now. N means n factorial. Now one more important thing, dear students, NPR in terms of n minus 1 and r minus 1 also we can write it. See, NPR, this can be written as in terms of n minus 1 r minus 1. How we are writing is n into n minus 1 p r minus 1. Suppose if we want to write in terms of n minus 2 r minus 2, NPR is equal to n into that n minus 1 will become as a multiple and n minus 2p r minus 2. If you want to write as a product of three terms, like in terms of n minus 3 r minus 3, NPR is equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3p r minus 3p. Like this way we can write it, and so on. So according to the convenience we'll write it, and some results we are going to discuss now. Yeah, the next result, it may chances to ask in the intermediate exams, and this result we will use in the competitive examinations, dear students. Let us have a discussion with theorem with this result. Show that NPR equal to n minus 1 PR plus r into n minus 1 PR minus 1. So here consider RHS and get LHS. Consider RHS, right hand side. N minus 1 PR plus r into n minus 1 p r minus 1, which is equal to, by the definition of NPR, what is the definition of NPR? Once again I am writing here for convenience, n factorial by n minus r factorial. I already said that how to remember easily. N factorial by n minus r factorial in the denominator. So here also in the RHS, n minus 1 PR is there. So the first term in RHS we are going to write as n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus 1 minus r factorial, just by definition of NPR, plus r into, again by applying the same formula, n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus 1 minus of r minus 1. So minus r plus 1 factorial. Minus 1 plus 1 get cancelled. It is equal to n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus r minus 1 factorial. Just I am interchanging here in between that. Plus r into n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus r factorial. In the previous concepts we discussed that n factorial can be written as n into n minus 1 factorial only. No? By using this property, n minus r factorial can be written as, by using this result, n minus r factorial can be written as n minus r into n minus r minus 1 factorial. Can we write like this? We can. So, n minus 1 factorial by n minus r minus 1 factorial plus capital R into n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus r factorial can be written as n minus r into n minus r minus 1 factorial. From first term and second term, whatever the terms will be common, take it common. So here n minus 1 factorial is common in the numerator in both the terms. In the denominator, n minus r minus 1 factorial. Bracket. Here this total term we are taking common means 1 plus r into n minus 1 factorial by n minus r minus 1 factorial divided by n minus r. Now simplification, it is equal to n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus r minus 1 factorial into, you take LCM here, n minus r, so n minus r plus r. After taking LCM, plus or minus r get cancelled. In the numerator, n into n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus r into n minus r minus 1 factorial. We already know that n into n minus 1 factorial means n factorial. So numerator value will becomes n factorial. In the denominator itself, n minus r into n minus r minus 1 factorial means n minus r factorial. This is a NPR, which is required LHS. Therefore, conclusion step, NPR is equal to n minus 1 PR plus r into n minus 1 PR minus 1. This is the way we can prove the results. Dear students, which is very important, this is the turning step here. In this case, this is the turning step. I am keeping here star mark for learning. One other result we are going to prove. Yeah, the next result we already discussed as a note, but here once again I am going to teach how it will come. Show that for 1 is less than or equal to r is less than or equal to n. NPR equal to, we can express as n into n minus 1 in PR minus 1. So here also considering RHS, in this case, n into n minus 1 PR minus 1 is equal to, so n into, by definition of NPR, n minus 1 PR minus 1 means n minus 1 factorial by n minus r factorial. What is n minus r here? N minus 1 minus r plus 1 factorial. Plus 1 minus 1 get cancelled. N into n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus r factorial. We know that n into n minus 1 factorial, we have n into n minus 1 factorial is equal to n factorial. So in place of numerator, we can write as n factorial by n minus r factorial. We know that this is the definition of NPR. So n factorial by n minus r factorial is NPR, which is required LHS. Therefore, NPR can be expressed as r into, n into n minus 1 p r minus 1. Similarly, we can write it as, similarly, NPR is equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 p r minus 2. NPR equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 p r minus 3. Like this and so on, we can write it, etc. After completing this one, I will enter into the exercise and example problems. Dear students, thank you for watching. Don't miss this video. First, you have to listen carefully and concentrate in this video. We will discuss in the next class exercise and example problems. Thank you all for watching my channel. If you like this video, please share to your friends and relatives. Thank you all. Maths with Panindra.